It may be time for the Jedi to end, but we're just getting started.
For the next 90 minutes, we'll be bringing you all of the sights, sounds, and stars of Star Wars The Last Jedi from here on the red carpet at the Shrine Auditorium in downtown Los Angeles.
And we'll be taking looks behind the scenes and checking in with you at home.
And it'll all be happening live, so you never know what'll happen. So hold on to your porgs. The Star Wars The Last Jedi world premiere red carpet live stream presented by Verizon starts right now.
We are so excited to be here with you all tonight on the main stage, surrounded by these fans.
That is right. Flanked on both sides and directly behind us are fans from the 501st Rebel Legion and my family, the Mandalorian Mercs costume groups.
But the people here at the Shrine aren't the only ones who can participate in the action. Oh no.
Not at all. Tonight is all about the fan, which means not only will we be checking in with the fans behind us about what's going on, but with the fans watching the stream live at home.
And how are we going to do that?
I was just about to tell you. Our good friend David Collins is on the social stage to tell us all about it. David?
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Anthony. Hello, Star Wars fans. My name is David Collins, and welcome to the biggest Star Wars party in the galaxy here at the world premiere of Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'm here on what we call the social stage, right here on the red carpet, and I'm going to be featuring celebrity superfan interviews, of course, interviews with the filmmakers, but most importantly, we're going to feature you. How are we going to do this, you might ask? We're going to use the Force. And StarWars.com. That's right, at StarWars.com, we are taking interactivity and we are punching it into hyperspace this year. We're going to feature you in a couple different ways. Let me just tell you what's going on here. First of all, go to StarWars.com if you're not there already, and check out our multicam feature here, where we have cameras set up all over this event. So you get to choose what action you see, and you won't miss a beat this entire evening. We also want to see your video, so be sure to film yourself and use the hashtag SWSRedCarpet. Post it up to Instagram, Twitter, and you might see your smiling face right here on the live stream, live at the biggest Star Wars party in the galaxy. Speaking of Twitter, you know, porgs like to tweet, and so should you. Use the hashtag #TheLastJedi. You'll even get that cool BB-8 emoji if you do. And tell us your reactions to everything that you're seeing tonight, and we will feature it on the ticker below, right there on the screen. You know, you would think that that would be it, but wait, there's more. We are going to be featuring Star Wars-themed snap polls all evening long, where you get to vote, and we'll even show you the results live. In fact, let's take a look at the first one here. You can start the voting process right away, right here on your screen. What astromech is your co-pilot? You can respond with hashtag BB-8 or hashtag BB9E. At Star Wars, vote now on Twitter. Thanks so much. I can't wait for more. Back to you, Andy and Anthony.
Thanks, David. Oh my God. Am I gonna see your SWS red carpet videos tonight?
Yeah.
Good.
I cannot wait, but I think we're ignoring the walker in the room, Andy.
Oh, yeah. That guy? We should probably talk about that guy.
Now behind us, you can obviously see a massive ATM-6 walker that is greeting everyone here as they make their way down the red and white carpet.
And as you may already know, the ATM-6 is the latest generation in walkers that helps the First Order secure the worlds of their expanding territories.
But unlike traditional walkers that lumber around like giant camels, these ones have a more simian gait like a gorilla.
Unfortunately, this one doesn't move.
Or fortunately, if you are directly in its path like we are.
That's true. And in case you're wondering how not only this massive walker and the red and the white carpet came together over the last couple of days, do we have a video for you.
Check it out.
What better way to kick off the red carpet tonight than to talk to the man of the hour, director of The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson. Oh, man. I know, and you were already doing laps with the fans and everything, getting everybody pumped. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. I mean, it's to come out and to see you guys, to see the fans pumped about seeing the movie. I mean, you know, we've all been just had our heads down working on it for a while. This is what it's all about, to come out and finally share it with our fellow Star Wars fans. It feels so good.
Right, and to finally see it with fans, it's going to be quite an experience for you.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask, last week we gave you a little AT-AT walker as a present.
God.
Now, people have been dying to know, did you take it out of the box?
Of course I took it out of the box! What good is a toy if you don't unpack it?
Right? You have to play with it.
Yeah!
Now, what was the most surprising lesson you learned while making this film that you'll carry over into your new trilogy?
I learned so much making this movie. I learned so much working with this incredible cast, amazing crew. I don't know, man. It just everything I've learned over the past 3 years is gonna come with me into whatever we end up doing next.
We're very excited to see what you come up with. Now, was there any idea that you thought was impossible in making The Last Jedi, but through the dedication of the crew and you powered through, that came out better than expected?
Every single day there was something. I mean, a big example is, and they've done the red carpet to kind of look like the crate battle. That was a huge undertaking, and everyone from our practical effects guys to our production designers to our ILM guys, they all worked together and pulled it off in the end. But you name it, every day there was a new challenge, and our folks pulled it off.
Awesome, thank you so much. We are all so excited to see it, and congratulations, and have fun tonight.
I'm going to. Yes.
Well, I won't stop you then.
All right.
I'm about to interview Anthony Daniels as soon as he approves the questions.
Thank you. I'm approved. So, go.
It is wonderful to see you here, and something that was released last week that I thought was wonderful to watch was you teaching a whole new generation of actors the best practices for being a droid. Droid school looked amazing.
It was a terrific opportunity. The production came to me and said, these guys are going to wear a kind of robot costume. Would you tell them, some tricks or whatever? So we did that, and we had the greatest time. They were wonderful, putting on really difficult costumes, which I know about. And we had great fun doing it, and they were very brave. We kept experimenting. And then they asked me to be on the set as a droid wrangler. And suddenly I got to put into practice all the love and affection and attention that I'd had from my crew over the years. And suddenly I'm giving it to the guy over there, the guy over there, and the guy over there. And it was a ton of work, but I felt just lovely to be part of the crew.
It's absolutely amazing. Something that I thought was interesting, much more hip action than you would think there is.
Oh, well, you know, it's an area where you can get some stuff into it. You know, you've only got so many bits that move, so you make the best of it.
Has the costume gotten easier to wear over the years, Bud?
I guess I've got used to it, but the greatest thing, thanks to the wonderful crew, particularly David Merriweather, redesigned 3PO's head. So instead of half an hour of pushing and shoving, it's now, that's it, 8 seconds. I love it. Okay, you're getting the wind-up sign. I think you have.
He's approving questions, he's stage directing, he's teaching a new generation of droids. Anthony Daniels, thank you so much.
Please let it continue forever.
Absolutely, we'd love to have you forever. We've got so much more coming from the stage. Stay right here. It's all hips. Many people don't know that.
Now, I know a ton of you, like me, are huge Star Wars fans, and with a legacy spanning over 40 years, Star Wars has meant a ton of different things to a lot of different people. Here is what Star Wars means to some of our fans. Check it out.
For me, Star Wars truly is something in life that I can always go to and say, you know what? I have friends here.
It's about inspiration and creativity and just a whole heck of a lot of fun.
It means happiness. It means an escape from reality.
It's a way for me to remember my dad, who isn't here anymore.
For me, Star Wars means rebellion.
Is this a story of redemption? That there's hope?
I'm here on the red carpet with a world-renowned shoe designer who has teamed up with Lucasfilm to create something truly special for Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Please welcome Christian Louboutin. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
So, Christian, can you tell me a little bit what it was like collaborating with Doug Chiang and Lucasfilm for these designs?
It was really a fantastic experience for me because he is doing an amazing job. He's been there for over 35 years now. And so I was quite anxious to meet him first. So it's been very, very, very easy because we're coming from the same world. We're coming from the world of sketching. So everything he starts, it's starting by a sketch, and I'm doing the same thing. So once we understood that we had in common a certain vocabulary, it was very, very easy. And everything is done by his imagination, his thinking. He refers to Ryan, he refers to people of the movie, and then it goes back and forth. So he did the same thing with me, and it was great.
That sounds like a really great collaboration process. Now, red is obviously a very important theme in the film, and to you. Can you tell me a little bit about what that color means to you?
Well, to me it means a lot because my first job is really designing shoes, and all my soles are red. It's been my trademark, so it's definitely sort of my color, I would say, first thing. But if I have to say something about red, is the first thing which comes to me is it's a color of love. And let's say for that movie, or more in general, it's also the color of passion. And this is a very passionate and very active movie, so the red color is giving a maximum of passion to it.
Now, we have 4 designs here that are absolutely beautiful. Can you tell me a little bit about the theme and creation process for them?
Well, I've been asked by the studios to design shoes in reference to the main leaders, to the main actresses in the movie, but according to their character. So each shoe represents one of the characters. So of Phasma, of Rey, of Rose, and of the Amiral Oldham. So they're all different. So it's just one thread, one red thread, I would say. They all have one same element. Every shoe is completely different, but they have one element in common.
That beautiful little TIE fighter on there.
Exactly, my interpretation of the TIE fighter.
Now, behind us is a really special piece, a never-before-seen shoe that you created. Can you walk us through the story and the design of that piece?
Yes. So when people from Star Wars came to me, I thought, okay, great, let me see the movie, and I'm going to think about it. And they were like, well, you know, it's a little bit of a secret. You can really see the movie, which I realized after. So I just was looking at pictures, and I had some pictures, and I had some storytelling about the movie. One thing which seemed very important was this planet, the new animals in the planet, the new gods too that we have here too. So different things that I was interpreting and incorporating in what I could think about. But this planet is red, but it's underneath. It's red, but on the top it's white. It's icy. So I thought there should be a little character because I was thinking working for ILM, with ILM, is a possibility for me to do something which has to do with technology, which is not my thing at the very beginning. But as they do it so brilliantly, I wanted really to incorporate something which was a marriage of technology and my work, which is very, very minimal. So I thought of this little character who is going on the planet, on the great planet, scratching the planet to get some red minerals, and out of that, creating a shoe. Then there is a storm in the planet, so the shoe gets open because it's definitely inspired by Star Wars, gets open, the little character, which is a nomad, gets into the shoe vessel, closes and leaves the planet.
That's absolutely
So it's a little
amazing.
animated hologram.
Absolutely phenomenal, and such a cool way to show off the design. And if you at home want to bid on one of these 4 wearable designs, head to CharityBuzz.com/Star Wars, and the proceeds will benefit the Starlight Children's Foundation through Force for Change. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm joined now by Eunice Suetano, Chewbacca in Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'm standing on 4 or 5 boxes. That's the craziest part of this whole thing. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, very, very happy to be here.
What did it feel like to take over such an iconic role?
Well, I feel the topmost feeling is gratefulness because I've been able to step into this saga that I grew up on, that I watched on VHS in my living room carpet when I was a kid, and it's so great, and I'm so thankful for all the people that have been there to help me. Most obviously Peter Mayhew, who was been so graceful for this whole time, and I'm very, very thankful.
Yeah, and I mean, it's such a beloved character too. I mean, one of the things that we've noticed is anytime somebody is in a Chewbacca suit, everybody wants to hug him. Were there a lot of hugs going on set for you?
Yeah, my huggability factor goes up tenfold when I'm in the suit, and it's the greatest thing because the character is so lovable, and that's an added bonus that I surely don't take for granted.
Well, we're very excited to see you in the movie tonight. Thank you so much, Eunice, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're throwing now to David Collins on the social stage with Rom Bergman.
Thank you so much, Anthony. I'm here with Last Jedi producer Rom Bergman. Rom, thank you so much for taking the time to say hello.
Thank you for being here, and we're very excited and nervous, and hope everybody's going to like the movie.
Now, this is just so much work from thousands of people all coming together tonight. Now, you said you were a mix of nervous and excited?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working on the movie for 3.5 years. And, Ryan and I would always joke that, on other movies, you get to test the movies in front of crowds. Here, we've never screened a movie for more than 8 people at a time, and very few, and, really, the list is very small. So this is the first time we're going to see it with an audience, so it's exciting. And
the very first time you're seeing it with an audience after 3 years of hard work. Now, you... 3.5. And you've known director Rian Johnson for many, many years. You've worked together. Tell us about that for fans that may not know.
We've been working since the first movie. We've been working together for 15 years, since Ryan's first movie, Brick. And honestly, there is nobody more talented, more original, and a nicer human being than Rian Johnson. So going to work every day with Ryan is just a dream, pleasure. I hope I can do it for the rest of my life.
Now, a film like Brick is obviously very different than just a mega film like The Last Jedi. Can you talk about some of the differences as a producer?
I mean, I will actually, with the exception of the scope, because clearly this is a movie where thousands of people have been working on, but at the end of the day, the process has been very intimate. It's the same people, like it's Ryan, it's Steve Edlin, his DP, it's Jaron, his second unit DP, and a few other people like Bob Dusay, the editor, that we've worked before. And at the end of the day, it's like you're making a student movie. I mean, without the scope of the movie, but it's really just come to a camera, a director, and a cast.
Keep to basics.
Yes, everything around. Of course, you have huge sets. You've got all those, really the best people in the business. But at the end of the day, the process has been very intimate. And we always joking that we are making one of the most expensive independent movie ever. Right. Because it just felt the whole process like very independent, and we had amazing support from Kathy Kennedy and everybody at Lucasfilm and everybody at Disney, from Bob Iger to Ellen Horn, Ellen Bergman, the entire team. It really felt like we're making an intimate movie. There was such a support for Ryan, and it's been like really the best experience in the world.
That's just incredible. Ram, thank you so much. And congratulations again on this amazing night. A combination of 3.5 years of work. We cannot wait to see your hard work up on the screen and enjoy the film. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Hope you guys like the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to love it. And we're going to go back to the main stage. Andy, I think you have another special guest.
I am joined now by Domhnall Gleeson. We've got General Hux here.
Hello.
So good to see you. I was telling you last time, I feel like every time we see Hux, he is about to just pop a blood vessel. It's got to be a physically stressful thing for you to just be this. I'm looking at you standing, and you're normally such a loose guy.
No, I know. The costumes are uncomfortable. I think the secret's in the costume.
So I wanted to know, everyone in the First Order seems pretty humorless. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you've got a great sense of humor every time we've hung out. What's Hux's favorite joke? What makes Hux laugh?
Oh, that's a hard one. I don't know if he's a joke guy. No. What's brown and sticky? A stick.
A stick!
Yeah. And
Hux jokes.
Yeah, and then if no one laughs, he kills them. He executes them. Yeah.
Perfect. How much of your Hux performance do you think is going to influence your performance as Mr. McGregor later this year?
Was not expecting that question. Trying to think on my feet. Minimal, hopefully.
Minimal Hux in Peter Rabbit. Okay, good.
Yeah. Not as many dead bodies, hopefully. Yeah.
Well, Domhnall, thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to see the movie, man.
So am I. Can't wait.
And we're going back to David Collins now with the results of the first Twitter poll. David.
That's right, we've got the results of our first live Twitter poll of a Star Wars themed, let's check it out here. That's right, the BB-8, BB-9E poll. Let's take a look. Which astromech is your co-pilot? And the results are in BB-8 by a landslide. Oh, actually, BB-9 did pretty well, 37%. BB-9E, I hear the E stands for evil. Well, we got another poll coming up here. Let's take a look at this next poll that you can vote on. Which path would you take? The dark side or the light? You can vote now on Twitter. Oh, this will be interesting. It'll be fun to know who I'm talking to. Light side, dark side. Let's see one of those videos right now where we get to find out which side you prefer.
I am light side. This guy is very much dark side.
I'm obviously light side. I really love the light side. I'm a Jedi-like.
For me, some days I feel a little dark side. Other days, I feel a little light side.
I am here on the stage with another Andy. It's two Andys.
Hey.
Hi, welcome to the stage.
How you doing?
Doing well, thank you. Now, I have to ask, and I think this a lot, does it ever offend you when people ask you who is Snoke? When very clearly, obviously, you are Snoke.
What do you mean by that? No, look, I mean, that's the great thing about Snoke, is that there's a lot of mystery surrounding this role. And as you know, great leaders in the past have found, mystery can be used to push forward their image. And he loves the fact that there's a lot of mystery about him.
Absolutely. And this time around, we've seen a little bit more of him from the trailers, at least. Now, he's got this really beautiful, flashy gold robe on. Did you have any input on his attire this time around?
Well, I mean, the thing about Snoke is, you know, he obviously leader of the First Order. He has a certain amount of wealth, and he is not ashamed of displaying that wealth. But I always think of it as a sort of is quite of a loose, luxuriant character, and so he likes to surround himself with that kind of luxury. Yeah.
I feel like he definitely relishes his position.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, obviously, we're going to see a bit more Snoke in this next film. Is he actually going to get out of his chair, let you do a little bit more of a performance this time around?
I don't want to give too much away, but yes, I can safely say that because, of course, we've seen him up to this point as a hologram, purely as a hologram, but we get to see him in the flesh. And the thing is about him in this movie, he is driven by fear. He's driven by this great amount of fear because the First Order is in a terrible state after the end of The Force Awakens. So this fear is of this great feminine force that's coming, that's going to kind of undermine. And of course, leaders who know that they've got something to hide are going to get brought down.
Well, we can't wait to see it. Thank you so much for stopping by and have fun tonight. Sure. All right, we're going to go to David, I believe, right now.
All good.
Can't believe I'm at the Last Jedi Star Wars premiere.
Where's the 501st? Where's the Rebel Legion? Where are my Mandos?
Oh my gosh, guys. I'm on stage right now with one of my absolute favorite people in the galaxy. Please welcome Kelly Marie Tran, also known as Rose Tico.
Oh no! Oh my god, they told me not to cry, but it's like really hard.
I mean, that's a completely unreasonable request. I would be losing it right now if I were you.
I'm losing it.
So, this whole journey has been amazing for you. We've talked so many times throughout this whole lead up to the film. What was your first thought when you woke up this morning?
God, I had a lot of thoughts when I woke up this morning. I can't believe it's finally here, and I really want to do the whole thing justice, if that makes sense. There's so many people that put so much work into this film, and I can't wait for people to see it. Yeah.
I'm really excited to see it. Now, as we're talking for the press, oh, honey.
I'm fine.
Oh man, I would be. You are me right now. You are me. So you've made a lot of close friendships with the cast and the crew throughout the production. Do you think that you and John will hang out quite a bit when you're not working?
We better be hanging out. Is he watching this? John Boyega, we better be hanging out.
He's gotta be here.
I brought him some snacks because I heard he was on a late flight from Atlanta, so I'm a good friend.
We were actually told that he might not make it, so we're very glad that he's here.
Right? I know, me too. Thank God.
And so I've been following your Instagram, and your one video yesterday really spoke to me. Turn down service, right?
What is that? I just found out.
Why would you want someone getting your bed open for you?
I don't know. It was truly the most confusing thing. Someone knocks on my door, and I'm like, because I'm in bed by like 8 because I'm tired all the time. And
you live a really, really exciting life. Don't worry.
I'm so exciting. And she goes, "Do you want turn down service?" And I'm like, what is that? And apparently it's when someone comes into your room and opens your blanket for you so that you can get into bed easier. I
do have a hard
extra.
time. I have a hard time.
The word is extra. Yeah, it's too much, guys.
Well, awesome, Kelly. Thank you so much for stopping by. You look absolutely phenomenal, and we are so excited for you. Go have some fun.
Thank you.
I had to have her with me.
I know.
I love you. Have fun.
Okay.
Guys, Kelly Marie Tran.
All right, Star Wars fans. Now, working on a movie like Star Wars means that you have to keep a lot of secrets. But did the cast of Star Wars ever have to lie? Let's find out.
What is the biggest lie you've ever had to tell about Star Wars? Obviously, so much of this is about keeping secrets before the movie comes out.
Biggest lie?
I have never told a lie about Star Wars.
You're doing it right now.
Oh,
everyone dies.
I found it really hard when it was announced that I was in it, but nobody knew who I was playing. A lot of people were coming up to me and thought that I was like Luke Skywalker's son or something like that, and it was like, how do you say to people, like, no? Because people think you're more important than you are.
I mean, I'm not really a liar. I kind of spill the beans, so if you push me enough, I'll tell you stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
I can't think of one I'm so honest. That what I just said, that's probably the biggest lie.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I am joined now by Daisy Ridley. Welcome. Yeah, the chewy's good, right?
Scary.
We got it. I heard that growing up, your favorite movie was Matilda.
It was. It still is, actually.
Still is Matilda. And I gotta know, like, have you ever noticed the parallels between Matilda and Rey?
I have noticed. Yeah? Although I have yet to master the trick of making something float like a jug. But no, I've noticed the parallels.
Yeah? Do you play it secretly as Matilda?
Well, also, she was like 6. Yeah. Her capabilities are massive. Imagine her as an adult.
It frightens me to think of Matilda as an adult. All that power gone unchecked. She needs a teacher.
She does. Yeah. Mark?
I have to know, you met Laura Dern.
Yeah.
Huge fan out moment, I would imagine. You had kind of like a musical moment with Laura. Could you explain that to us?
No, because I actually forgot this happened, and I was talking about my inability to be socially normal when I meet people because I get quite uncomfortable. But she said, and I can't remember this, but the first time I met her, I opened my trailer door and went, Laura Dern, because of Jurassic Park. But I genuinely couldn't remember it, and I was so embarrassed that I did that.
How did that go over?
That she was with her daughter, so she thought it was cool.
Oh. Great. And she seems like she's really into stuff like that. She has a good sense of humor.
Yeah, but I think in any other time she would have been like, security.
Bye. Yeah. Your life and career are in vastly different places than they were before The Force Awakens. What has been the biggest change for you?
My schedule? So it's just like everything. The only thing that's changed about home is that I haven't been there that much this year because I've been working. So probably just working a lot.
Yeah. What's a home Daisy Ridley schedule?
A home Daisy Ridley schedule. I had it this week. I met my mum for lunch, went for a little Christmas shop, then met my sister, got some stuff, went home, had a little nap. I did an art project that I'm making someone for a Christmas present.
Oh, what kind of art project?
Well, it's a secret, because if they watch this, they can't know.
Sure.
And then I went home.
But that's nice. Nice, quiet little week at home before the premiere of Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Oh, yeah. She keeps being like, is it today? I'm like, yeah, it's today now. This is the day.
That's awesome. One more question. A lot of us around the office were wondering, is Rey going to eat again in this movie? And how do you come up with Rey's process for eating?
Well, the thing, because people have talked about that food thing a lot. JJ was just like, you're hungry. Like, there's an importance of how much food she gets. So I was like, I just eat it like I'm hungry. But do I eat in this? No. Rey's hungry. Help her, everyone.
Help her eat. Daisy Ridley, thank you so much for coming by. We are so excited to see Star Wars: The Last Jedi tonight. My goodness. I don't know. Oh, Warwick is here. Oh, go see Warwick.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you later. Thank you. We have more here from the red carpet in just a moment, so stay with us.
Physically, I never really had to push myself that hard. And stamina-wise, you're like, oh my God. it's like a psychological thing of knowing that you can do it more and more and more.
Daisy is training for a moment where she is on the islands and she has a moment to herself and she's practicing with the staff. And then she realizes, well, am I wasting my time practicing with the staff? I have Luke Skywalker's lightsaber in my satchel.
Set.
It's just working out the moves for that.
Action.
I was planning to teach her the whole routine in 3 days, but she surprisingly learned everything in an hour and a half.
Star Wars fans, we are at the biggest Star Wars party in the galaxy, and you all have been invited. That's right, we've got the results from our last snap poll here, the light side, dark side results. Let's see here. Look down at the screen. Which path would you take, the dark side or the light? You have got to be kidding me. It is straight right up the middle, light side, dark side. Well, I guess that means it makes for great drama, it makes for great storytelling. That's really awesome. We got our next poll. Let's set this next one up here. Take a look at the screen here. Choose your cute creature. Are you Team Porg or Team Vulptex? Those are the crystal foxes. Are you Team Porg or are you Team Vulptex? While you're voting, we're gonna go back to the main stage where we have Anthony Daniels and the one and only Mark Hamill.
Yeah. I'm joined now by Mark Hamill, who is walking away. It's all over. You missed it. We had a great conversation.
Yeah, we did.
It was wonderful. Mark, you, I think, are so wonderful with fans. You love fans so much. What is it that you love about the Star Wars community that keeps you just coming back and giving?
Well, they're just amazing. They're so kind and so passionate, and you know, they support you through thick and thin. And their enthusiasm is infectious. You see, I don't see it on a day-to-day basis. So when you come and you're face to face with it, and then they tell these incredible stories about how the movies have really influenced them or inspired them or gotten them through tough times or, you know, illnesses and so forth. It's just stunning.
Yeah, it's got to be amazing. Hopefully, I mean, it's easy to assume that Luke's got a little more to do this time around in this movie.
I always say I can promise you it's twice as big as my part in Force Awakens.
Wow, can you even imagine? Can you even imagine a part that long, of that magnitude? I have to wonder, you know, obviously the new cast looks up to you, probably comes to you for advice as kind of their Star Wars shaman. Have you learned anything from the new kids?
Of course, and by the way, no, none of them come to me for advice.
Who's the shaman?
Well, probably in this case, Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
I had George, and I had Irvin, and I had Richard, and then I had JJ, and now Ryan. Those are the most important people when you're making a film. And it was different because originally I thought the movie would be popular, but it sort of just blew up around us. We were sort of the center of the hurricane. All of the younger casts knew coming in that it was going to be big. See, so, you know, they were prepared. I should ask them for advice.
Yeah. Is there anything you haven't gotten to do in a Star Wars movie that you want to do? Musical number, maybe? Sing and dance?
You know, I was about to say sing.
Yeah?
Because no, what you do is you try and answer something that's unexpected, and that's always gets a laugh. But you stole my laugh, so. No, I don't, there's nothing I want to
I stepped on Mark Hamill's line. I kept him from walking off. Man.
It's all good.
Are we good? We're still good? Great.
Of course. There is no wrong tonight.
The last time you were doing this amount of press, you're getting all sorts of questions about coming back and being Luke again, what was going to be like, knowing that, you know, you did have just that final moment.
What was it like working with Carrison and Harry, they would say? And you would have to think, well, I saw him at lunch, wandering around the studio. But you know, like I say, it was so unexpected. You know, it's just all been fun for me. I just can't believe it. You wake up and think, what do I have to do today? Oh, I get to go make a Star Wars movie.
So nuts.
What's not fun about that? If you can't have fun doing a Star Wars movie, there's something seriously wrong with you.
Is there anything that you want us to know going into The Last Jedi? Anything you want to tell the audience or the world about this one in comparison to the other ones?
It's the longest one. But the good news is it doesn't feel long, which is really, I remember seeing The Godfather the first time and being stunned at its running length because it didn't feel that long. I mean, if it's a good story and it keeps the audience engaged, it doesn't matter. I mean, a lot of the times you say, if they'd cut 15 minutes out of that, it would be so tight. But in this case, I think the length is warranted.
Awesome. So longest Star Wars movie, twice as long for Luke as The Force Awakens, at least.
At least.
At least. Yeah. Mark Hamill, thank you so much.
I do more than rotate and remove my hood.
That's a promise.
Thank you.
We've got more here in just a moment. Stay with us. We're just getting started.
Hello, my name is Tiffany, and I am here to officially declare myself Team Porg.
Hashtag Team Porg.
I'm obviously Team Porg with this drawing that I made.
I am Team Porg all the way.
I'm gonna have to go with Porg on this one. They're so cute and fluffy.
Porgs! Porgs! More Porgs!
I definitely have to choose Team Voltex.
I'm for Team Voltex.
Team Voltex.
Team Voltex.
I have to go with Team Voltex on this one because they are so dang beautiful.
Team Voltex, and may the force be with you.
I am here. I have the pleasure of standing here with actor, character creator, and director Frank Oz. Frank, thanks so much for stopping by.
Pleasure. Now,
you have created, obviously, many memorable characters over the years. The list goes on and on. Many memorable films as well. But let's talk about Yoda. He is just a huge part of the, no pun intended, huge part of the Star Wars galaxy. Can you talk about why you think that character is so endearing?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think it comes first from Larry Kasdan and George's writing. It always comes from the writing. I think he was written not unlike a Japanese sensei, and there's a great deal of humanity in him. But honestly, when you get right down to it, I can talk for an hour and I wouldn't know the answer.
Interesting. There's a really neat mix of comedy, but also a little bit of fear. And of course, the sort of wise mentor. What were the conversations that you had with Irvin Kershner and George Lucas when you were first bringing those scenes to life back in 1979?
Well, I remember I had not known George hardly at all. And we were at a canteen in EMI for the first one for Empire Strikes Back. And I hadn't really talked to George, and George had not said a thing about Yoda. We haven't even started shooting yet. So I went over to George and I said, George, is there anything you want me to do with Yoda? Anything special? He said, Frank, just make it wonderful.
That's all. No pressure.
So, it was a process with a lot of people helping me.
Now, when you saw the finished product, and anytime you see Yoda on screen, are you surprised by the work? Is it the sum of all the parts coming together, the performances? What really brings that magic by the time everything's completed when you see it on the screen?
There are only rare moments when I'm satisfied. Only rare moments when I think everything clicked together, because I'm a little hard on myself.
Well, that's fair. Well, I can tell you from being in the audience, we were having a discussion about the power of media and how it affects people in the audience that you may never meet. But kids like me, I just am such a huge fan of your work, as is our audience here watching. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Frank Oz.
Bye-bye.
And we've got Andy with Lupita Nyong'o right on the main stage.
Thanks, David. I have Lupita Nyong'o up here with me. Maz Kanata, guys. Lupita, it's so great to see you again. And I've been wondering for a really long time if in The Last Jedi, we finally get to see Maz and her boyfriend Chewie reconnect.
You only have to wait very few minutes.
Yes! I hope that wasn't too much of a spoiler, but it made me very happy, so everyone's just gonna have to deal with it. Now we get to see Maz again. She's a mysterious character, but she's so beloved already. How has she changed this time around?
Well, there's a lot going on in The Last Jedi, and Maz has more on her hands that she's dealing with. Yeah, that's all I can say.
All right.
Messing everything up.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out soon then. Now, were you taken aback at how fans reacted to and connected with Maz from the beginning?
I was very taken aback by that. But it's nice to see people connect to her and to love her in all her orangeness and smallness.
I love her in all her orangeness and smallness. Now, what were some of the benefits and downsides of playing a performance capture character like Maz?
Well, you didn't get a costume. I just got to wear this, onesie with triangles and dots all over the place.
So very comfortable and not awkward at all.
Not awkward at all. I wanted to sleep in it every night.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was so wonderful to see you. Have an amazing night.
Thank you.
Okay, Star Wars fans, we have the results of our latest snap poll. The question was, let's take a look here on the screen. Are you Team Porg or are you Team Vulptex? Those are the crystal foxes on crate. Let's take a look here at the results. And it looks like, it's a really tight race. Boy, those Vulptexes are really, really cool. But Team Porg, there's been a lot of love for those creatures, and we haven't even seen the movie yet, but man, they're just amazing. Everything that we've seen come out of the creature shop is just incredible. Let's take a look at the next poll here. What color would your lightsaber be? Blue, green, red, or purple? Or do you want to go with old school Hasbro plastic yellow? No, Star Wars Rebels, Dark Saber, Mandalorian. I don't know, you get to vote on Twitter. Let's check it out. Look who just showed up while I was sitting here talking. Bob Iger, it is so great to see you. Congratulations on all of this incredible work. How do you feel tonight?
I feel incredibly excited. We're privileged to be able to see these films early, and I've seen this one a number of times. Tonight's the night we get to share it with at least some of the world, and then of course later on in the week, even more so, and that's a thrill.
It is an absolute thrill to see it with the audience for the first time. How many times have you seen the film so far, if you remember?
This one I've seen half as many times as The Force Awakens, so about 7.
Wow, that's an impressive number.
Well, it's always a work in progress, until kind of the last minute, although this one's been in good shape for a while. And we like to see it as it's being made, and it's so important and so thrilling. And I mean, look, if you're going to make decisions about how you spend your time, why not watch a Star Wars film once, twice, or 14 times?
It sounds great to me. It certainly sounds great to our audience here at StarWars.com. Now, 3.5 years to make a movie, thousands of people involved. Do you have a favorite memory during the production of The Last Jedi? Anything come to mind over the last 3.5 years during its development?
Well, I get the most excited when the script arrives. And interestingly enough, I'll reveal something, not that it's a grand secret, but 2 years ago, after the premiere of The Force Awakens, a couple of us got on a plane to fly to London for the premiere of The Force Awakens there, with a script for The Last Jedi.
On the plane?
We started reading the script for this a day after the premiere of the last film.
Well, at least you had seen it before, so you weren't getting spoilers, right?
Yes, correct, exactly. But here we were, celebrating The Force Awakens, already reading, and that was a thrill to open up that first page for me. There are a number of thrills along the way, but nothing's as thrilling as the first page and tonight.
Well, I am just so excited to see the movie. I know everyone out there is excited. Thank you so much for bringing Star Wars roaring back into our lives and into this galaxy. Bob Iger, have a great night. Congratulations. Can't wait for more. I understand we have Dave Filoni on the main stage with Andy.
We do have Dave Filoni on the main stage. Everyone say hello. Oh, we have lots of Rebels and Clone Wars fans behind us. Now, for years, Dave, you've been shepherding different and new Star Wars stories in the realm of animation. Do you and Ryan get to, have creative mind dumps together when he's around the office?
Oh, at times, yeah, absolutely. It's really fun. I love Ryan, and he's a great collaborator. He's got a lot of thoughts behind things. He gives everything a lot of detailed thought. But one of the first things that I met him, he told me he had a friend that liked the AT-AT driver, so I got his friend one of those giant size action figures. So
and that's your favorite too.
It was my favorite, so we had a bond from the beginning.
You're like, cool, AT-AT driver fan, I like you, you have good taste.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, Rebels is coming to its close in the beginning of 2018. Now, I know, But it's been such an amazing ride. What do you hope fans get out of the ending of this series?
Satisfaction. I don't know. I mean, I told them earlier that they'll get the ending, and if they'll like it, I hope, and if not, they'll let me know. So either way, I think it's gonna be a great experience for them, and I hope they enjoy it.
I hope they let you know, because if there's one thing Star Wars fans are not, it's opinionated.
They're not subtle. They're not subtle people, but I love it.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Now, as a super fan yourself, it's nuts that we're here for a Star Wars movie premiere again, with all of this on the way, right? I mean, it's just bonkers. It's not going to stop. How does that feel for you?
It's fantastic. I mean, it's kind of what was obviously promised when we began with the Disney merger years ago, was more Star Wars content than we've ever had before. And here we are on the third film release with the fourth coming up, and there's just no end to it. And I think that, fans know we're putting so much effort in it to be the best it can be, so.
And we are so glad that you are leading the way with that. Thank you so much for coming up.
Thanks so much, Annie. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah!
I like that one. That's a cool one. All good?
Okay.
You know what's great about being on a movie set? There's, of course, the Millennium Falcon, and there's all kinds of crazy Star Wars sets, great aliens, droids, characters. All that's fantastic, but the real secret about being on a movie set, the best part, is the free food. We sat down with the cast to find out what their favorite food was to go to on the set. Let's check it out.
We asked some of the community to send some stuff in. Aunt Vesuvi asks, what was your go-to item on the craft services table?
I remember asking for peanut butter and jelly.
Only protein and vegetables. That's my diet.
Berries, nuts. That is the saddest answer. Isn't that so sad? Everyone's laughing because it's so uncomfortable. That's literally...
Peanut butter and jelly is not a big thing in England, so there's a lot of explanation of what is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like getting back like a peanut butter with butter. I'm like, what is this?
In the old days, it would have been pastries and all those things that are fun, but now I'm on what I call the if it tastes good, don't eat it diet.
Crust on or off?
I mean on, because I'm an adult.
I've got Laura Dern here with me. Vice Admiral Holdo, we don't know much about her yet. Can you tell us about her?
Well, I have purple hair, and I'm seeing a few other people with purple hair tonight, which is very exciting. But we shall see what Holdo does in this film. I'm very excited to be here.
Well, I can tell because I saw a video of you with BB-8, and it was the most adorable thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
I love BB-8. We all love BB-8.
It's just so wonderful to see, even after you have worked in the movies, you've worked with these amazing practical effects, you've been on set with them every day. It's still magical for you to kneel down next to BB-8 and talk.
It's so magical. I mean, just first day on the movie, getting to see R2-D2 in person. I was, 7 years old all over again. Yeah. So it's such a dream to work on this film.
You had talked about, you remember waiting in line at the Cinerama Dome to actually watch Star Wars when it first came out. You are a Star Wars newbie, though. Like, you're working with these legends, but you are a Star Wars newbie. What was it like to work with the other newbies? How did it feel to be a part of this thing?
It's incredible. And I know you're meeting a few of us tonight that got to join the cast, which was incredible for all of us, because the grand leveler is you are all the age you were when you first saw Star Wars, when you joined this experience as a fan, an audience, or a cast member. I mean, it's just incredible.
Well, we are so excited to see Vice Admiral Holdo in The Last Jedi tonight. Thank you so much, Laura Dern.
Thank you. Lovely to be with you all. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your night.
What I'm looking forward to the most in The Last Jedi is the epic return of Luke Skywalker.
It's deep lore connection, deep Force connection with the first Jedi Temple.
Seeing BB-8 again.
I am looking forward to seeing our last performance by the amazing Carrie Fisher, who I idolize.
I am here with legend Warwick Davis, Star Wars actor, Star Wars host, so much more. Now, you have played so many characters over the years, and yet you are doing even more. Can you tell us anything about the characters that you're playing in The Last Jedi?
You know, I've got a couple of cameos in this film. I have no idea what the characters are called yet, but hopefully they begin with W.
That is an excellent way to dodge a question before a movie that none of us have seen. That was amazing. Now, you and I are actually going to be co-hosting an event at Walt Disney World next week. Do you want to talk about that?
Is it like next weekend, is it?
Yeah, Galactic Nights at Walt Disney World, Hollywood Studios.
Very exciting, isn't it? Yeah, lots of fun things in store over at Walt Disney World, Hollywood Studios. Projections and really cool Star Warsy stuff, so I'm very excited.
And now you're also Star Wars Celebration host. You've been doing a lot of hosting. Tell us about some of your favorite interactions with the Star Wars community. Of course, you were a fan yourself when you got involved with Return of the Jedi.
Oh, absolutely. I've been a fan since I was 7 years old. And to think that it's become such a huge part of my life and career, not a day goes by when I don't talk about Star Wars to somebody or work on something to do with Star Wars. It's an incredible thing to be part of, and I feel just really flattered that I still am involved with it to this day.
Now, most people, you might not know this, but Warwick Davis is actually a genius, and here's how. You did this thing where you said to Dave Filoni, you know, I really would love to be in Star Wars Rebels, and you kind of did it in front of an audience, in front of thousands of people, and now you play this incredible character on Star Wars Rebels, Rook. Can you talk a little bit about that character? I
mean, yeah, Rook is a great character to play. I mean, he's kind of he's a ruthless kind of assassin, kind of villainous character, and I mean, he's a completely different character that I've ever played in a Star Wars movie before. And to get to do a voice and be part of the fabulous series that is Rebels and work with Dave Filoni and all you guys as well, I'm completely flattered to be part of that cast now as well.
Here we are in 2017 watching yet another Star Wars movie. Congratulations, Warwick Davis. Congratulations, and enjoy the evening. Yeah, I understand we have Benicio del Toro up on the main stage.
Guys, I'm up here with Benicio del Toro. How cool is my job? Now, Benicio, welcome to Star Wars.
Thank you.
Now, not much is known about your character, DJ. Do you like it that way, or do you wish that you had a little more to talk about?
Well, yeah, I wish I could talk about it. I haven't seen the movie, so I'm really excited to see it.
So you're just as in the dark as we are?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you brought your whole family. You brought your family here. You have your niece and your daughter with you.
Lila here with my daughter, she's 6, and my niece, Natalia. So.
Oh, look. How much fun. And Star Wars is such a family thing, so it's so cool that you're bringing your family. Do you have any expectations about what you're going to see tonight, or are you just going in completely blind here?
I'm just taking the ride. I'm just taking the ride and having fun, yeah.
Now, you've described DJ as, quote, a Dickens character, or someone who came straight out of a Bob Dylan or Tom Waits song, or a Dostoevsky novel. What makes a character like that fun to play?
Well, that he can be good and bad at different times, at the same time, and good and bad backwards.
Right.
He can just be different.
He's enigmatic. He's fun. And I have to ask my one last question here. You're a Hollywood legend. They obviously didn't make... Yeah, you are. You don't have to be modest. They obviously didn't make you audition for this role. Can you tell me how you landed it? Did they just come to you and say, hey, we got this character for you?
I'd love to tell you how I got it. I got to thank Rian John, because Ryan, the writer-director, because I think this is a kind of role that there's 600 very good actors that would love to play that part, and he just called me up and I jumped at it.
We are very, very thrilled to have you part of our galaxy. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you, and we'll be right back.
All right, thank you.
Have fun tonight.
Hey, Star Wars Show, we're outside your red carpet right now. We're having just as much fun as you guys. And we're so excited for The Last Jedi. We can't wait. Don't forget about us, all right?
Making a movie over 3.5 years is filled with memorable moments. But what are the most memorable moments? Well, we sat down with the cast of The Last Jedi to find out. I will hold that.
at Books Horror SW asks, what is the most memorable moment for you on set?
I don't know, having a scene with Max von Sydow was pretty surreal, but probably the top was with Harrison.
There was a particular scene that John and I were shooting together, and I remember we finished the take and John turns to me and says, Kelly, we're making history right now.
To see Leia, to see Luke, to be walking around and be hugged by Chewbacca at work in the morning is crazy.
I was doing a scene and there was rain in the scene, but there was also a window in the scene. So they had to make it look like there was rain on the window. And I'm doing the scene, a serious scene, and I hear pss, pss, and I'm like, what in God's name is that sound? And I turn and on the window, one of the props guys, Sonny, is like, and he had been spraying water for the effect of the rain.
What was your most memorable moment on set?
Oh, God.
That's gonna be a tough.
Take your pick, man, every single day. And a lot of them I can't talk about just because they'd be spoilers. But, you know, I remember this was a really nice little moment. We were in Ireland. We needed to get a sunset shot, and we were waiting for the sun to go down and hit the sea. And the whole crew was out on the Jedi village set. I was sitting next to Kathy, someone put on music, and we were all just laying out in the sun, waiting for the sun to go down. And I looked around, and I'm just like, oh, this is so nice.
I have Gwendolyn Christie here with me, Captain Phasma. Such a fan favorite character. So cool, so calm, so collected last time around, but now she spent a lot of time in a trash chute? Is she still as calm and collected?
I think she's in a bad mood. Yeah? Wouldn't you be?
I would be. What's Phasma like in a bad mood?
I don't think you want to see it. I think it would have taken a considerable amount of time to remove the smell of the trash compactor, and that's enough to put anyone in a bad mood.
Absolutely. You just totally geeked out about something that you saw down there. Would you like to share with us?
I think I've just seen the Captain Phasma car.
Now, when you came in and talked to me last week, you had a Captain Phasma flask with your like a flagon, and now you're looking at the Captain Phasma car. You are really into being Captain Phasma, and I love this.
I'm heavily into the merch, and I don't know what it is I have to do to get that car, but I would really like the car.
There you go. If you're listening out there, automakers. More difficult to get into, Brienne of Tarth's armor or Phasma's armor?
Well, you know, Phasma's armor, initially, it seemed daunting, but like anything, all it takes is practice, and I was soon slipping into it like a salmon moving through water.
You just, whoop, like in a Goofy cartoon?
No, it's far more elegant than that. It was far more elegant than a Goofy cartoon. Yeah, I love the Brienne of Tarth armor. It's beautifully designed. But I'm afraid I think the Captain Phasma armor might have the edge.
Oh! Well, Gwendolyn, thank you so much for coming by. I will let you commune with the car.
Thank you.
And then go into the screening.
Thank you so much. Pictures being taken of me embracing the car.
Hi, this is Kevin Scott, one of the writers of Star Wars Adventures. Now, on the Star Wars show this week, they asked us what Star Wars means to us. Well, to me, it means family. It was a universe I loved when I was a kid, and now one I can share with my daughters. So thank you, Star Wars. And of course, may the Force be with you.
I am joined now by Adam Driver. Kylo Ren is here. So Kylo, struggling between light and dark, a really conflicted character. I just have to know, constantly coming in and out of that heavy helmet that he's using to kind of keep himself centered. How does he keep his hair so lustrous and shiny?
There's combs inside the helmet.
Combs, it's like miniature combs.
Yeah. Well, you think of them as miniature, but I think of them as essential.
So that's why when he comes up, he kind of comes up out of the helmet like that.
Like a shampoo commercial.
That's what it is. Got it.
These are easy.
What kind? Well, here's one that may be more intense.
Okay.
What is the preparation or research you do to play a character like Kylo? You play a lot of characters like Kylo that kind of have this internal darkness.
I mean, it depends on the thing. For this, it's mostly in the script and the other actors that you're working with. And then, of course, the original trilogy and The Force Awakens, but it's hard to, it's a combination of things. It takes a village, I think.
Your nonprofit, Arts in the Armed Forces, combines your military and acting background for good. And, the Star Wars community has a huge military fan base. Has that kind of, yeah. A lot of the 501st I know is military. A lot of the Rebel Legion was military, right? Mandos. Yeah. How has that sort of changed or enhanced the mission for you of your nonprofit?
It just makes it easier for us to do our job, I think. Get in more places where Star Wars seems to be kind of like the thing that breaks the ice, because we're trying to bring contemporary American theater to a military audience, so it's not an easy sell. But if you kind of say Star Wars, it gets us in the door a little bit more.
That's great.
Yeah.
And is there anything that you think we should know going into The Last Jedi tonight in comparison to other Star Wars movies we've seen before?
No.
No. No. You're good. You're ready.
No.
Kylo Ren says you are ready for this movie. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
All right. See you.
And we are back here on the red carpet. We have results of our latest Star Wars themed snap poll. We asked you the question. Let's take a look right here on the screen. What color would your lightsaber be? Blue, green, red, purple, and they're off. Blue is in the lead, followed by red, followed by purple. Green is go. It was so close, but it looks like blue was definitely the winner. That was pretty good. A surprising number of purple lightsaber votes. That's really awesome, but not all of us could be Mace Windu. Sorry, folks. Still, it's fun to dream, right? We got more of the Last Jedi premiere coming right up.
Hey, Star Wars show, we're outside your red carpet right now. We're having just as much fun as you guys. And we're so excited for The Last Jedi. We can't wait. Don't forget about us, all right?
What I look forward to seeing the most in The Last Jedi is, without a doubt, Carrie Fisher's last on-screen performance. May the Force be with her, always.
I am here with the development executive of Story Group, Rain Roberts. Rain, tell us about Story Group's role in The Last Jedi.
Well, we had a fantastic time working with Ryan on this film. He was with us from the beginning when we were watching dailies on Force Awakens and looking at that footage, and he came in and we started talking about these characters and where we wanted to go, and we did it all together for quite some time before he kind of broke the story, and we kind of continued to work on it together. So it was a really pleasurable experience to see him in bed with the company and in bed with the Story Group, and then make this wonderful story that we're all so proud of.
Now, the way the story goes, as I recall, is that Ryan was able to talk to JJ about adding some things at the very end of The Force Awakens. Now, was that something that the Story Group was involved in as well?
Yeah, we were aware of it, and we supported those requests, so to speak, and encouraged him to do that. And JJ was very gracious about making those switches so we could have continuity in this film.
Now, how long does it take to develop a script with Story Group and a director, say Rian Johnson on The Last Jedi? How long from the first draft until the shooting script?
On that movie, I think he spent the better part of about a year and a half in the conversations until he delivered that draft. But we always say, like, the movie itself, making the whole movie, is a 3-year commitment. And then sometimes you have months before that where you're just trying to figure out if you want to work with somebody and talking big ideas. So we had that part, and then he came in and we actually cracked the story, and he wrote an amazing script, and then we made the movie.
So when you're making the movie, they say that you shoot 3 movies. There's the one that you write, the one that you shoot, and then the one in post, right? What was that process like in The Last Jedi? I mean, it seems like, from all reports, it was a very smooth process.
It was. I have to say that it was one of those wonderful things where the script came in and it was what we talked about, but it was even more illustrious and better than we could have imagined. And then when he shot the film, we got everything we intended, but it had this expansiveness that came out of Ryan's vision. And, you know, also in editorial, I think that's where we really started to fine-tune and play with some of the themes that emerged in the performances and in the actual footage that we didn't anticipate. And kind of we were able to elevate them in that way. So that's where some shifts happened, I would say.
What an amazing creative process. I can't wait to see all your hard work. Congratulations for everything. Congratulations being here on opening night. Rain Roberts from Story Group. And we're going to go back to the main stage with Andy and Anthony.
Yeah, because there was a... Hey guys, I'm up here with Kathleen Kennedy. Yes. Big thanks from the whole crowd. Now, by the time that these films have their premiere, you've seen them many, many times. Do you still, do you know how the audience is going to react? Or do you have a good idea of it, or does it still surprise you?
I think I know how this audience is going to react.
Not enthusiastically at all. I don't know. They've been really, really quiet all night. Ryan told us that his favorite moment from shooting was one evening when you were waiting for the sun to set on Skellig Island, and someone just, put on music, and you all just sat and took that in. Do you have any particular fond memories of making this film? I know that's probably hard to choose.
I have to say, walking through the Millennium Falcon and seeing these little porgs, that was pretty cool, I must say.
Yeah, that's got to be...
It's always good to see a new character.
Absolutely, and they've been such a hit already, so can't wait to see them in action. Now, how long into Ryan's work on The Last Jedi did you come to him and say, hey, I would love to do another trilogy with you?
I was thinking about it for a long time. It took me a while. I didn't want to spring it on him in the middle of shooting, but very soon after that, I started to talk to him about it.
You knew right away. Now, this is the 3rd red carpet for Star Wars under your helm. How has it changed over time?
The amazing thing is it's changed, but a lot of it feels the same. And I think that's what's such a wonderful thing about Star Wars is we always hold on to the thing about it that we really, really love and respect and care about, and then we expand upon it.
It's like coming home. I can see the red carpet emptying behind me, so I'm going to let you go on and get in there. We can't wait to see it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, you guys.
They say, what do you get for a Wookiee for Christmas when he already has a comb? The holidays are coming up, and one of our viewers didn't know what to get his friends for Christmas, but don't worry, we asked the cast for suggestions. Check this out.
A fan named Maricela asks, what should I get my friend Carlos for Christmas?
Just get him one of those stuffed porgs. They seem to be #1.
Yeah, everybody likes them, except you.
Yeah.
Is Carlos human?
Yes.
You don't know that. What are you basing that on?
This black, so he too can drink Phasma's brain.
Socks.
Socks.
Well, it's what I need. I'm putting a beacon out there that I'm hoping someone
You're
will
living
find.
the secret.
Apart from socks, I mean, what else is there?
It could be a dog.
Oh, Carlos the dog.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. What do I get Carlos the dog for Christmas?
Little Santa suit.
Candle and bath salts. Everyone's into that.
That's very nice.
No, have you ever seen the costumes for dogs that look like they're Ewoks?
Yes!
Oh,
My dog has a Yoda.
If Carlos is a dog, get Carlos one of those.
I am here with Lawrence Kasdan. Now, you have such a pedigree when it comes to Star Wars, not only The Force Awakens, not only all of your involvement in Star Wars now, but take us back to those script writing sessions with George Lucas and breaking the story of Star Wars. What was it like, and did you know at that time that you were creating iconic characters that we'd still be talking about?
Well, George had already done New Hope, and it was a huge success. He did not think it would be beyond that. But once he hired me to write Empire, and we all knew it was pretty big. So everything we did for the characters was long-term.
Now, compared to The Force Awakens, it comes back years later. That experience must have been incredible for you. Was it just like riding a bike? You just picked it up again, or what was that experience coming back to the Star Wars universe?
Fun. It was really fun. J.J. Abrams is fun to hang out with. It's the most fun I ever had working on a script.
Well, I can't wait to see your work too on Solo coming up next year. I'm very, very excited. Are you having a great time with that production?
I am. I think it's looking really good.
Fantastic. Lawrence Kasdan, thank you so much for saying hi to all the Star Wars fans. All right. More coming up.
Star Wars is an opportunity for me to find myself.
For me, Star Wars is about overcoming darkness, finding balance, and having hope.
Star Wars is that like one good thing when you're having a really bad day.
Star Wars is like a ship. When it jumps to hyperspace, all my worries would instantly vanish.
Star Wars means family, and the universe was a whole lot of fun.
Oh, hey guys. I found John Boyega. Now, John, everyone is really, really happy to see you here tonight because it was kind of touch and go. You almost didn't make it out of Atlanta, right?
I almost didn't make it, but Poe Dameron is the best pilot in the galaxy. That's what I'm talking about.
And that just seems like something that John Boyega would do, is just make sure that he gets there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, everyone on the cast really vibes off your positivity, your excitement, your energy.
Oh, that's lovely.
How do you find all that energy to just be so rad all the time?
I don't know, man. It's not deep. This is Star Wars. Like, there's a walker over there. There's like fans from all over the world. This is crazy. This is the best. So
You never just like roll into work like,
it's not that deep, man. You know, it could be worse, and this is amazing, honestly.
You get to spend a lot of time with Kelly Marie Tran this time around, and she's a newcomer, and she's just one of the most amazing people I've ever met.
Yeah, she's adorable. I love her.
Have you given her any advice on how to handle all of this intense energy that she's going to be getting now?
I don't know, man. I've only kind of expressed my path to her, and she learns from that what she will. But in general, it's your own path, man. She's going to discover new things, and this is the first night of her own stardom, and I'm really, really happy for her.
Speaking of finding your own path, you know, Finn's obviously on the journey of finding his own place in the galaxy.
Yeah.
How has he changed this time around since The Force Awakens?
Yeah, Finn got destroyed in the last movie, and now it's a point where he has to step up and decide what side he's fighting for. But I'm sure when he makes that decision, he's going to be pretty bad ass. So.
All right. Well, we can't wait to see it. They can't wait to see it. And this is going to be your first time seeing it with fans, so I know it's going to be a really fun night for you.
I really can't wait. Really can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Well, awesome. We'll let you get in there, and we'll see you in a minute.
Thank
you so much for stopping by.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Take care.
I'm supposed to be studying for exams, but here I am instead in my Star Wars shirt with my Kylo mug watching the premiere. I mean, who needs education anyway?
But I think I'm most excited about hearing John Williams' score to the film, but also to find out if Rey really becomes a Jedi. I hope she follows the light.
What I'm looking forward to the most in The Last Jedi is the epic return of Luke Skywalker.
It's deep lore connection, deep Force connection with the first Jedi Temple.
Seeing BB-8 again? I am looking forward to seeing our last performance by the amazing Carrie Fisher, who I idolize.
Star Wars fans, we are just moments away from seeing something that has rarely happened in our lifetimes, a new Star Wars film with an audience in just moments, and then soon to come out across the world. This has been an incredible experience, an amazing Star Wars party. So many great guests, so many wonderful interviews. Thank you to the cast and crew of The Last Jedi, of the StarWars.com crew. I've just had an amazing time, but really want to thank you all for submitting your tweets, for voting in the polls, all of your incredible videos that we got to share. This is truly a great interactive experience. You were all such a great part of it. My name is David Collins. I feel so lucky and happy to be here. Thank you so much. Andy and Anthony, back over to you.
Thank you so much, David, and thanks to all the fans that not only participated in the event here, but watched live at home. Thank you guys so much.
We absolutely... we cannot do what we do without your support, so
Absolutely
thank you so
not.
much.
Star Wars fans are the best fans in the galaxy.
No competition, but we should all probably get inside before the movie starts, right?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't want them to hold it up for us.
No.
Now don't forget to see Star Wars The Last Jedi in theaters this Friday, December 15th.
For the entire cast and crew here, thank you for watching the world premiere red carpet live stream presented by Verizon, and may the Force be with you. And to see you guys.
My huggability factor goes up tenfold when I'm in the suit.
What's brown and sticky? A stick.
A stick!
Yeah. And
Hux jokes.
Yeah, and then if no one laughs, he kills them.
Look, I mean, that's the great thing about Snoke, is that there's a lot of mystery surrounding this role.
Oh my god, they told me not to cry, but it's like really hard.
You love fans so much.
They support you through thick and thin.
So I went over to George and I said, George, is there anything you want me to do with Yoda? Anything special? He said, Frank, just make it wonderful.
I just got to wear this like onesie with triangles and dots all over the place.
Welcome. Yeah, the Chewie's good, right?
Scary.
You got it.
I was, 7 years old all over again, so it's such a dream to work on this film.
To think that it's become such a huge part of my life and career. Not a day goes by when I don't talk about Star Wars.
I'm heavily into the merch, and I don't know what it is I have to do to get that car, but I would really like the car.
How does he keep his hair so lustrous and shiny?
There's combs inside the helmet.
Combs, it's like miniature combs.
Yeah. You think of them as miniature, but I think of them as essential.